Champion of Champions tournament brings together 16 of the world's very best players, all of whom have qualified through success in ranking events. World champions, from the senior title holder to the current champion. Tour title holders and the defending champion are amongst the lineup. The tournament is taking shape. 3 spots in the semi-finals have been filled. Ronnie O'Sullivan, Shaun Murphy and Kyron Wilson have all emerged from their groups to make it to the last 4. We've had some classic encounters. Who will forget Ronnie O'Sullivan against John Higgins? Shaun Murphy overcoming Ding Junhui. And then the big shock, Kyron Wilson's demolition of Judd Trump. It leaves us with a semi-final lineup that looks like this. O'Sullivan will take on Murphy and Wilson will play the winner of our last remaining group. One of 4 could emerge: Selby, Robertson, Hawkins or Allen. That group about to get underway with the opening match. And our opener features 2 Triple Crown winners, Mark Selby and Neil Robertson, playing over the best of 7 frames. The opening frame was a closely fought affair, with Neil Robertson coming out on top. We join the match in the second. Commentary from Clive Everton and Neil Folds.
And he's played it with topspin. That's actually a very good shot, because it's the kind of shot you almost use the topspin to your advantage and it stops the cue ball. That was good.
So it's just the sort of early chance he wanted in this second frame. The red's well dispersed.
8.
Black available.
Nine. 16. Seventeen.
That was a nice cannon as well, which means he's gone right through, so he can stay around the black spot here.
24. $25.
It's very early days, but this is the sort of position
32.
in which 147s can be made. None of the reds are on cushions.
Yes, there were 2 in the same tournament, Clive, in the
33.
English Open. Chaya Anu made a 147, and so did Ronnie O'Sullivan along the way.
Forge.
Well, the red up into the top left pocket here. Goes to the bottom of the cue ball, so he's staying on the black.
48. $49.
No highest break prize is advertised, but there is a 5,000 bonus, a snowball actually, £5,000 for each tournament in which the 147 isn't made. So there wasn't one last week. So if there's one this week, that'll be 10,000 to whoever makes it.
$56.
Yes, you knew the red just threaded through the gap between the pink and
57.
the other reds. Yes, you get to the point where the frame is won when you get to 73 points. And there seems no reason why you shouldn't then continue potting reds and blacks when the frame is secure.
He hasn't had to
64.
strain in any way to retain black ball position so far.
65. $72.
So this is the point I was saying about frame is won.
73.
Now it's just a question of how many.
Selby has 3 maximums to his name in competition.
80. $81. $88. $89.
I'm just keeping things very simple there, just staying on a straightish red to the middle.
96.
So he's not got anything to do to get onto the black. Things from here will become
97.
more difficult. Now, he's looking at the red furthest down the table. He needs to get high on it. Played it well, and that is perfectly okay.
104.
He's a natural. I think he'd worry about the red in bulk as and when he gets to it. I'm thinking 3 shots ahead, he wouldn't want to be straight on that red or straightish because he'd never get onto the black from there. But anything else, he's got a really good chance here. He doesn't actually want to be straight on the black either. That's the one thing that's no use to him. Well, he certainly made sure he's not straight on it. Get the feeling he'll screw around to the left of the
105.
table and just land himself in bulk somewhere.
Needs an angle on the last red to get from one end of the table to the other.
Well, he's played it really well. A little grimace on Mark Selby's face. He's going to need a bit of cue power here, I think, to get down. He's going to have to force it. There you see the angle he has, left-hand side. It's not the worst. He's given himself a real chance. The crowd are getting behind him.
113.
And he's assisted by the free running cloth.
What an opportunity. The good news is the pink is very near its
120.
spot. It's never going to be on its spot because, of course, it's never been potted in the frame.
$122.
147s are not all that uncommon these days, but there's always something special about them.
125.
There's a real buzz in here, so that alone tells you the point you're making, Clive. There's a real hush of suspense.
129.
Well, that is as good as you could ever wish for on the
132.
pink. Wonderful moment. And it's been an immaculate break, Clive.
140.
It has. He's never been in difficulty. Mark Selby's fourth 147 break in competition. It looked on right from the start, but he still had to do it. Never lost position, immaculate keyboard control, and the crowd is thrilled to have witnessed it.
Welcome back to Coventry and the opening match in Group 2. It's Selby against Robertson. The crowd still basking in that remarkable 147 from Selby to take the second frame. But despite Selby's heroics, it only levelled the score. In the third, Robertson came back and took the frame with a break of 95. This is now the fourth. Selby at the table. Commentary from Clive Everton and Neil Folds.
Well, that's no use. Can't even roll behind the green very easily. Obviously the red in bulk stops it being an effective shot anyway. Might still play it, but I tell you,
Mark Selby 1.
well, he's done no damage whatsoever there.
That's a mistake. Doubling the red from the baulk cushion, smack into the brown. Possibility to middle for Selby. Didn't attempt it.
Well, if he didn't, I'd like to know what he did play, because he's left the sort of shot that Neil Robertson can knock in.
Well, perhaps he did attempt it. He was certainly a long way out.
Well, whether he did or didn't, he's ended up helping him. I have to say, Robertson, if he was really sharp, would knock those in.
One. 8. 9. 16.
Certainly a great chance now, isn't it, to
17.
get the score back to all level. That little cluster of reds are fairly evenly spread. A few of them are in each other's way. But you feel that he'll be able to land on something. Question of whether he plays up onto the pink here.
22.
That might help him. Playing on the black means he might have more to do to get to the red that follows this. Just looking at finishing about slightly top side on the pink.
23.
I think he's keeping things very simple, and I can't blame him. Just nestle the cue ball in amongst the reds from this. Yep, that's okay.
$29. 30. $37. 38.
Oh, he's overscrewed actually. He wanted to be on the pink and it would be a little bit of a pressure shot now. Instead, plan B, play the blue and stun for the red up the table.
$43. 44.
In playing on the yellow, of course, he does definitely need another red. Quite a big target here. It's all about pace. That's absolutely beautifully played.
46.
Didn't have the need to overhit that. Just land it onto the reds.
47.
So it's going to be 2-all.
54. 55. 60. 61. 66.
Yeah, as you said, Clive, it'll be 2 each, but
67.
it would be quite something to have knocked in 2 centuries, one of which a maximum, 147, and only been all square, wouldn't it?
Well, this is century number 535 anyway,
74.
I expect.
75.
Yes, it's a tough school.
Eight. 82. $85.
The scruffy opening frame went to Robertson. Selby's maximum came in the second. Robertson
89.
regained the lead with a 95 clearance in the third.
94.
And now there's an equalising century from Selby in the fourth.
100.
Could have gotten it the easy way, of course, but with that rate of 100, Selby equalises at 2-all.
Welcome back to the Champion of Champions. This is the opening match in Group 2, Selby against Robertson. Mark Selby took the 5th frame after a series of mistakes from Robertson. This is now the 6th. No score yet. Commentary from Clive Everton and Neil Folds.
Actually, this is a very good shot. It's a nice comeback from Neil Robertson. Well, I don't know whether he can quite get to that side at this time with a view to hitting one thin. He's certainly playing left of centre striking, trying to bend it around the green and the yellow slightly. It's a difficult shot, isn't it? I don't know how much he could see of the edge of
Neil
that.
Robertson 4.
Using lots of side on the superfine cloths is not easy. If I pushed it, I think, onto the red and hit it thick. The in-off is probably better than the cue ball staying in the jaws and coming out into the middle of the table again.
Looks as if there may be a route through to the red nearest the left corner.
One.
I like the way he played it. He didn't think about getting too far up into bulk anyhow. You get the feeling he's only a couple of key shots away from being right in himself here. The black's a little bit awkward and the red next to it.
Seven. Eight. 14. 15.
Black not available at the moment.
Twenty-one. 22. 28.
'Well, you feel that there's quite a bit of tension in this. It's a crucial chance. Good opportunity's been fairly thin on the ground in that, well, you get one, you've got to win the frame. If you make a mistake, you invariably lose the frame at this standard. So he really has to make this count to bring the score level. He's never been quite in complete control of this break, because there's a point I made about the red and the black
35.
just obscuring each other. He could still chip away for a bit on the pink.
36. Forty-two. 43. 49. 50.
'Well, he's had to really think about this break with the black not being on. There you go, 8 reds, 8 pinks. Takes some doing that. The blue not
56.
even really, well, it's not out of the game, but it's not near its spot. Looks set to continue that way.
57. 63. 64.
Playing ball effectively.
Yes, Clive, and it's become a very good match, hasn't it? The standard, not only because we've seen a 147 today, but in general, these two have moved the standard on from how it began in
70.
frame one, which is a little bit nervy, to the classy players that they both are. Well, they must be in a hurry, putting two at once. I think he knew this would happen. He looked at the plant. It helps, of course. Puts the frame beyond any doubt that both reds are now down. We've got a decider coming up. It's going to be a blinder, I think.
He's not too bothered
Neil
about
Robertson,
missing the
72.
century at this stage.
Okay.
The 72 break enabled Neil Robertson to level the match at 3-all. It's all on the 7th frame.
Welcome back to the champion of champions from Coventry. This is the deciding frame in the Group 2 match between Selby and Robertson. Neil Robertson is building up a healthy lead, but the players are locked in a safety battle. Commentary from Clive Everton and Neil Folds.
Well, I don't think he's going to play the left-hand red, but it is potentially significant. Playing off the other red, he's got to avoid hitting that one on the way back up, the red on the left. His safety in this frame has been very good. You look at the table and you think, well, Mark Selby might have a containing safety shot, or the only other thing I would think of is to just knock this long red in and clear up. He would get on the black if he could stun it in, but it's tough, really tough.
Near but not quite. And wasn't leaving an easy red the way he played it.
One.
Manages to cut that red in. Not on the colour though.
No. And he's going to roll up behind a colour here. The red's quite well spread. I think he's going to play up behind the brown. He wants to make sure that the right hand red is the one that he covers. The others are covered up by the blue and pink anyway, or most of them. I think it just goes slightly to the left of the brown as we were looking. Ooh, dearie me, it's the one thing every snooker player hates.
Mark
That
Selby
moment
4.
when you finish short. He's finished way short, hasn't he? He's not even got near it.
Well, the terrible thing would be if it's a free ball as well.
Free ball.
Well, he's saying no straight away. Neil Robertson. He's saying no free ball, and this is a very important decision, actually.
For it not to be a free ball, both edges of the ball on have to be hittable.
Okay, sorry.
No, Desislava Bozilova has changed her decision.
Yeah, it was a tight one. You know, it wasn't a glaring misjudgment by the referee. It was very, very close, and we've arrived at the correct decision. And it's a huge call, actually. I'd say that business of rolling up behind a colour. There's not a player in the game who has not finished short like that, but he finished way short.
If it had been a free ball, the green, of course, would have been an easy starter as an extra red. How near was that?
it was very close. I mean, Mark Selby hit one earlier in the frame that was as close. You can tell what these two, there's a real intense rivalry between them on the table, not off the table at all. It's a big tournament and these two guys want to be there tonight. They kind of feel like they're throwing everything at each other here. Another very telling safety shot. Well, he's just drifted the cue far enough for Mark Selby to get a red to hit the edge of.
Caught that very thick.
Yeah, look of real disappointment there. I wonder if he tried to hit the one above it. Whatever happened, it was a mistake and a big one. Not left this most simple of starters, though. Yeah, well, Neil Robertson must be wondering if he's meant to win this match. Because while I thought he'd get it, you know, he's likely to have left something easier from the very weak shot that Mark Selby played.
Hasn't left anything though. Knew that it was likely a red would finish near the right corner, but trusted that he would cover it with a combination of pink and blue.
But has he? Because there's some sort of a gap there. Unbelievable, isn't it? I know he's not on anything, but it's unbelievable there was a gap there. There's hardly any room.
Well, Robertson's just thankful that Selby isn't on the black.
Mark Selby one.
extra one pot, and it could be very significant.
It's a beautiful strike. And look at the cue ball up and down the table. He's made a career out of knocking in shots like that.
Five.
Just a slightly awkward angle on this red. You can see, I mean, the cue ball sort of heading somewhere towards the left-hand bottom pocket. You can get into it to stop that happening, of course, but getting up for the next colour is not straightforward. Mustn't miss the pot doing anything flash either. Pretty good shot, that, you know. I'll tell you, that was not easy. He got a lot of screw onto that, and he timed it. Now he's looking at what he needs from here.
It's a match-winning chance.
Yes, what he needs is, after this black,
14.
the red that's out in the open, or more so than all the others anyway, up the table, and a colour with that high value, and it'll be snookers needed. He's not got to get into the problem of the two reds under the black spot. The frame will be over by then.
21.
It's been a very hard-fought match. Almost like they've been battling for every single point.
Within 2 pots of the winning line then, effectively. Not the cleanest pot, but it'll do.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be doing anything too exotic here. Let's pop this. Maybe get onto a loose red, but not play the cannon anyway. And there's your answer. Just pop the ball, and your opponent needs snookers.
56 in front,
29.
only 51 left.
He'd probably like to move those two reds from there, because you can imagine a situation where if one was left, he could get a snooker behind the black. So got to think ahead of the game. Interesting shot if you played the plant. Not
Robertson,
quite over
29.
yet. He'd be fully aware of Robertson's ability to get snookers, but a very strong favourite all the same.
One.
Oh, surely that's it. It is.
Mark Selby,
Maybe the
Neil
spectators
Robertson,
will go
playing
away remembering Mark Selby's 147 break, but it's only one in one frame. And in the end, from 3-2 down, Neil Robertson played 2 sterling frames to win by 4 frames to 3.
Despite a 147, Mark Selby was unable to get over the line, and it's Neil Robertson who progresses through to the playoffs and a meeting with either Barry Hawkins or Mark Allen, which is the next match in our coverage from the Mambet X Champion of Champions.